Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Mario Kart Central for our fourth week of CWL Primetime. I'm Mitch, and I will be solo casting this week. And yeah, I'm really excited to be back. It's been a few months since I've casted, so I'm really excited to be back. Casting a really awesome match today. We have SDK versus PNX, a classic. You've seen it so many times in finals of previous tournaments, and here we have it in our regular season. The final inter-conference match between both of these teams. So quickly before we get started, let's take a look at our D1 standings. Huge shout out to Peba from our media staff for making this graphic. These are the standings as of last week. So as we can see, our two teams playing today, SDK sitting pretty comfortably in first place in Conference B. PNX fighting for first in their conference. Actually, what's interesting is last week PNX went 2-0, and Cyan went 0-2, bringing them to a tied record. But we actually had matches this morning that changed this a little bit. So PNX actually did beat Cyan in their second conference matchup. So PNX are going to take the lead over them after that. So yeah, a fight between the two first place teams. And actually SDK did take a loss to Anani right before this, so that could affect how this match plays out. So quickly we'll take a look at the lineups. I know that we are... The teams are ready to get started here. So SDK, we have Gretel, Hadley, Haruru, and Sanch. Haruru is a new addition to SDK this season. Team Japan member this season. He newer player, but he's shown quite a show in his matches he's played. Very, very strong player. I think he'll be... Despite the language difference, I think both Baseball and Haruru, both of their Japanese members, really, go well together, synergy-wise in their roster. Sanch, we do have 3 point of views. Sanch will be one of them. Obviously, they're probably one of the best players in the world. And then Gretel and Hadley, two, very original members of the team will be playing today. Hadley obviously bagging, one of the best baggers in the game right now. And then PNX, Astre, Kura, Romain, and Troy, probably their best lineup. Troy, again, PNX's new addition to their squad this season after M3FR unfortunately dropped. And he definitely adds a great amount of running power to their roster. Astre and Kura, very classic players on this team, been here since the beginning, and Romain will be bagging again today. So yeah, really looking forward to this matchup, and it looks like we will be getting started very shortly here. Again, first place in Conference A and Conference B for both of these teams here. I do think PNX have the bigger pressure on them because their conference is much closer, especially with Cyan, although that win that they took over Cyan earlier today will really help them out. And then we have 2 other teams in the mix for playoffs. Obviously, playoffs are a 4-team format. So I believe the other teams were Alka and, Cyan. So Cyan barely missed playoffs last season. They placed 5th in Division 1. If any team deserves it this season, I think it would be them. And Alka did play playoffs last season. They fell to Dynamite Ruby in the the semis last time. Definitely with additions like Kaguya making that push to the playoffs this season. So we're getting started here. We have SanchZ point of view. I think we actually have several point of views, including a bagging point of view from Romain. But yeah, here we are getting started. SanchZ starting in first, and we do have Shy Guy Bazaar. Alright, so yeah, we are getting started here. Let's talk about the tour a little bit that we are in. So this tour is the Trick Tour, the second version or second edition of the Trick Tour. All tracks are on their reverse trick variants for this tour. What this adds to a lot of the, well, what this takes away from a lot of the tracks actually is the ability to catch up, really. Since everyone is constantly in a trick boost because there are just so many trick ramps and boost panels, catching up on tracks like Shy Guy Bazaar where there aren't that many shortcuts is very difficult. And we already see PNX taking top 3 right off the bat here. This could be bad if SDK is not going to be able to pull the shock. And Romain is in last. Romain is using Monty Mole, so that makes it pretty easy to see what's going on back there. Romain is in last by a fair bit. Although, looks like he's running early, so he may have actually pulled it. But yeah, SanchZ with the star in fourth, that will be huge. He will take first if he dodges shock here. First place is just passing the set. They might be using it right here. Unfortunately, my stream is frozen. Yeah, it doesn't look like they actually used it, so okay. Yeah, no shock was used, so unless they have some sort of like red shells here or snipes, it looks like a top 3 first race, and I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, top 3 for PNX, very first race. What a start. Yeah, I think on the stream that you guys are seeing, everything looks okay, so unfortunately I will not be able to see as much going on. And yeah, top 3 7 as well. Romain taking the 7th place. Plus 13 for PNX. Huge start for them, so we've seen wars like this before, where one team gets a very big race to start, and then the other team just plays catch up for the rest of the war. And we have seen teams successfully come back from catch up attempts like that. And STK is a team that is used to pressure like this. They understand what they need to do, how they need to adapt to situations like this. So definitely not out of it, even though that is again, the best race you could possibly get with a bagger. Looks like there was a bot, so we will already have to reopen. But yeah, honestly, that reopen, actually, I think that helps SDK out more. PNX with what they were hoping was to be a huge momentum boost going into that race, but now they have to reopen. I think that could be a problem. But SDK can use that mental reset and think about, sort of reflect on what they need to do into this next race. All right. So Yeah, again, both of these teams fighting for first place in their conference. What that means for both of these teams, if they get first place, is that their semifinal matches are quote unquote easier, because it will be the second place team in the other conference that they play, or I should say the wild card team in the other conference that they play first. So again, like right now, that's looking like Cyan and Elka. Anony very close behind, as well as Universe. Anony and Universe, both new teams to CWL this season, both being Japanese teams. It's been really cool to see these Japanese teams and Japanese matches play out in D1 this season. It's um, really cool to see how they play, and how it differs from how, say, European or Latin teams play. Um, but yeah, they are both very close behind and could easily take it. Um, easily take a wild card spot if their matches go well this week. Anony actually with a good start, as they are the team that beat STK just before this match. Looks like worst one is going to be subbing in for Gretel. I believe Gretel's the one that disconnected just now, so that could be a good change. Worst one is a very strong, capable runner. I think it's a good sub. So we are headed back to Shagai Bazaar since the cup hasn't changed yet. Um, yeah, STK need to take the front early. They can't let a PNX group run in top three again. That will just be a huge problem for them. So yeah, we are watching Astre's POV now. Starting in second, that's really strong. Um, and we'll see how this plays out. And Trash starting in first. Okay, Trash also subbed someone. I'm not quite sure who that was. I must have missed that, but or no, that's Troy. Never mind. They both start with T. I just assumed it was Trash. No, it's still Troy. Wow, Astre getting hit off early. That is what STK needs, and they are already in top two. That is a very strong start. Very nice play from, I'm not quite sure who that was on STK, but a really, really nice snipe there. Those respawns are very annoying because they are very tiny gaps, and they are very hard to pull off. We also see Troy getting hit, but both Astre and Troy have dodges here. Romain again is in last, so a shock. They could honestly shock right here if they wanted to, and it would be strong. But no, they don't. I don't think they quite have it yet. Both baggers just passed that set, which is the second set of the track. So Romain might have it now, but we'll see. Astre could, yeah, throw this bomb forward, see if he can pull it off, but not quite. Still holding top two for STK. Kura has to make some big plays with reds or something to hit them out. Very unfortunate pull for Astre with that green shell. That's not going to help him at all. And ooh, that's a back spam from Kura, I think. That's going to push I believe that was Haruru down to 6th place. Yeah, they would have to spam shock right here, and it doesn't look like it's in play. That's a nice top two for STK. So yeah, I definitely the play that made that race for SDK was sniping Astre off the track. What a huge play. Astre again being one of the best runners in this room. Hitting him out early is crucial. So yeah, Sanch and Worst holding that down in top two. Really nice plays. All right, headed to Choco Island 1 RT. So I believe this is the one of the new variants that were added this tour, to an already existing track. And Honestly, I don't think it plays much different from the other versions. The only difference is you can like red someone off this glider here, and I'm not actually sure where that respawns you. I haven't seen anyone do that. Maybe we'll see that in this match, and my question will be answered. But starting 1-3 for PNX. We'll see if anyone up there has shrooms. It doesn't look like it. Actually, no, that's a shroom in first for, I think that's Troy. Troy gonna take a pretty big lead with that shroom there. I think he clips the off-road a little bit though, so it could have been a bigger lead. Sanch with this mushroom could save it for the end or try and get aggressive, but actually his teammate's in front of him now. Top two. Ooh, okay, this is a nice play from Sanch. Getting in a second, hoping to pull double reds onto Troy. He'll only get one though, and that is Troy with the banana there, so unless Sanch can pull off a snipe here, Troy will get first. And there we go. Very nice screen off the wall, and that's going to give them top three. Wow, what a play from Sanch. Not quite getting the first hit, but just a few hits off the wall will do the trick. Top three for SDK there. That is devastating. That is going to bring them back into the match for sure. Into the lead, in fact. What a great play. Not quite a perfect race. It looks like Hadley's going to get 8th, but plus 11. Still huge. What a great play there. Yeah, so this is what we love to see. A really back and forth match. This is great. We definitely what we expect out of both of these teams here. Again, two of the best teams in the game, and they're definitely showing it here with plays like that. What a nice like. Even though he didn't hit on the first hit, just a few bounces. I don't know how Troy could have avoided that. Maybe drifting the other way to like make it the green hit off his trail, but no, may not have been enough. So now we're heading to Daisy Hills. This is one of the versions that does not have the infamous glider respawn. Probably the Daisy Hills respawn is probably one of the most common, like most used. It's basically a necessary line at this point, but this version does not have that. So starting in first, I believe it's Troy again. Yeah, but some players don't take that strat, so that's gonna put Astre up a few spots. Someone's shrooming, and also I believe that was Worst who took the normal strat. So that's top two for STK right off the bat. Gonna throw this green. Ooh, not quite connecting. He has a bomb here. That is a nice throw. Not quite gonna connect though. Ooh, he'll take that trail from, I believe that was Sanch. So yeah, very close right now. Blue coming out onto Troy. Or no, okay, the blue doesn't connect, so maybe it was dodged. Astre, this shroom here is huge. This shroom saves so much time. Cutting off this whole big U-turn here, he'll take first off that. And with the heart, he's looking set to win the race. Ooh, but Troy's gonna bump him a little bit. And that's gonna let Sanch take second. He could get double reds. And unfortunately for Sanch, he just pulls one red, so he won't be able to hit Troy out. But that's, wow, still 1-3-4 for PNX. And again, putting them back into the lead, I believe, with that race. So what Astre did there was he took second place after Sanch touched the box. So if Sanch pulled double reds, the reds would have hit him. And actually, they would have hit him, but they wouldn't have actually connected since he had a heart and he also had double protection there, I believe. So that was really nice, helping to protect Troy, who may have had double coins. I couldn't see if he had any items. So headed to Waluigi Pinball next. One of the best running tracks in the game, and with the RT variant, it just makes it even more powerful. So really, this is one of the tracks where it really comes down to the starting spots, and we do see Troy's minecart in first again. So we'll see if Troy can maintain that lead. Yeah, really, starting spots play such a huge role on this race in particular, just because there are zero shortcuts. It's not like there's like a tiny one like you see on like RMX Choco. There's just none. But we already see Troy is not in first anymore. He must have got hit out. And that puts, I believe that's worst into first. SanchZ, I believe he connects that red. That may have been a respawn for Kura, so Kura's going to be in dead last running. Yeah, that's a nice play, because it looks like... Yeah, if I'm worst one, I'm going to let Sanch into first with the star. Ooh, yep. He couldn't quite do it in time. The blue comes out and hits worst the second he tries to drop out. That is very unfortunate. Sanch using the star there. Oh, yeah, okay. PNX are now 2-3, so he wants to get his protection out. That's solid. Unfortunately, he couldn't have held that for longer. But we do see Hadley's in last. That could mean something here if, say, Worst, who's now in a lower spot, gets a shock. Oh, we do see the baggers right here. Is that a... Yeah, that's a star for Romain, so no one has it yet. Unless this guy with the shroom is hiding it. Doesn't look like it, though. Yeah, that's going to be top 2 for SDK, yeah. Unfortunate for Worst. Honestly, that could have been a top 3 if that dropout had happened in time. It was a good attempt from Worst, but that cannon just makes it super difficult to do anything there. Yeah, they had the right idea. And honestly, I'm not sure if the dropout was prompted because they saw that PNX had the blue, or if they just wanted to have the star go into first place. Honestly, either way, it was the best play to make, but unfortunately couldn't be carried out in time. So yeah, SDK takes the lead. I don't remember if this is 4 or 5 races, or 5 or 6 races, sorry, but we are either at or approaching the halfway point here. Yeah, approaching the halfway point here. Very close still. Alright, so yeah, the Ghost Valley is basically the track where we sit back, relax, and see where the RNG places all of these players in the race. So yeah, this track, the shortcut is at the beginning, since this is the reverse version. So basically what that means is if you get a shroom on your first set, you just hold it for this cut, and then you just hope and pray you don't get hit out after that. Because what happens is the highest spot that takes the cut, it basically opens the cut for everyone behind them. So everyone just follows you. But if you are in first and you don't have an item to take the cut, you're just getting 6th. Or last in this case, since everyone's going to run. We see Astre pulling the shrooms. He's going to have to be very careful. This bomb, yeah, Hadley's going to back it, but it's going to lag through him. But this is looking very good for SDK. We'll see if second place can do anything with a red. And it looks like he does. Yeah, I think that was Troy who read it out first place. That's going to be 1-3. Going to take the win off of that. So yeah, honestly, not so sure about whoever was in first taking the glider, with second place being the enemy team. when you get redded over a glider, your glider cancels and you have to fall. And when you take that glider, you um, are over the out of bounds, so you respawn, and the respawn is not very nice. So you lose a lot from that. So not sure who exactly was in first, but not the best play with the enemy team being behind you to take the glider. So yeah, Kura's gonna get first off that. Alright, so now we're heading to NBC, one of the more tame versions of this track, I would say, just because it's not as difficult to drive. Especially this S-turn section. Like, your alignment going into the trick turn is better than on the normal version. You just have more space to work with. So we are watching SanchZ here. Ooh, a nice red. SanchZ's red gets lag trailed away, so the player behind him is free to red him. So that's gonna take him down to 5th here. But we're still holding first here. So 1-3. Green going up. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, if that was a bomb from Hadley, but that's gonna take out Troy. This looks very strong. And I saw a blue shell. Was that thrown? Or did it get lagged away? No, I think it was thrown because Worst isn't in first anymore. That's Kura, I believe. He might want to. Ooh, I was gonna say he might have wanted to spam that red to see if he could side red Astre there. Not gonna quite be able to pull that off. Let's see if the 2-3 can take out first on the line. Yeah, not quite. But still, I believe a 2-3-5 is winning for SDK. Yeah, unfortunately, Sanch couldn't make the most of his items just because they were lag trailed away very fast. But yeah, good job to Kura holding first. At least I believe that's Kura. He does use Wendy, so I'm just assuming. Yeah, that is Kura, so. Very nice play from him. Yeah, 2-3-5, I still think is winning for SDK by like 1 or 3. Yeah. So that's gonna put SDK just a little bit further up. Yeah, still anyone's game. We've seen both teams are very capable of playing out their races correctly, so we will see what happens here. Very, very, very close war. All right, headed to Donut Plains 1 RT. This track as well, I think we'll see on all run here. This track is very short and very dependent on items. So basically what this track comes down to is if you can take this cut right here, the very first turn, if you can take that with a shroom on lap 2, since every other cut is basically a Nisk. So we'll see. Astre starting off strong with a shroom. He may opt to just hold this. Okay, no, he'll actually use it. Maybe trying to get aggressive on 2-3 behind him. But he will get 4 shrooms, so okay, if Astre doesn't get shocked or hit, he wins the race here. Yeah, just taking first. He doesn't even need a box. His teammates behind him, he is looking very nice right now, without a shock in play. Yeah, so top 2 even for PNX. Doesn't look like there's a shock coming out, so yeah, that's going to be a top 2. Pretty textbook stuff there from PNX taking the cut lap too. Yeah, that was especially nice that Astre didn't take that box. I think what a lot of people try and do there when they take that cut is take that box, and especially with that ramp being there on the trick version, the RT version, it makes it super awkward to try and get at the right angle to pull a box, and it loses so much time compared to what Astre did by cutting off the whole turn. But with his teammate behind him, he knew he didn't have to um, take that risk. So yeah, good stuff there. All right, headed to Down Jungo. Um, this track again, one of those runners that really doesn't have a shortcut. This version, since it's the reverse version, does not have the glider. So this is a very strong runner if your teammates can hold it. And I believe that is a STK member. Yep, STK starting in first, top two even. And SanchZ is going to get bumped, unfortunately, there at the very beginning. But he'll pull a red. He might just want to... Oh, no, he won't spam it. All right, so... Very weird lag here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So, okay, that's worse than first now. Okay. This lag is a little bit interesting. Suddenly 2-3-4 for STK. I'm not exactly sure. I think someone is like teleporting. Okay. Yeah, Astre gonna take a red with his star, but holding their dodges here, that could mean Romain has a shock. That would be huge for them if they did. Yeah, still Astre with 2 stars even now. So if they have shock, they should just use it here. No, not quite. Oh, they could also TS off the big ramp. That's actually a better idea, honestly. If they TS them off the big ramp here, but I'm not exactly sure if they have it. It would be huge if they did. Yeah, no, it's not going to come out. Yeah, get that trail out right away. We see red right behind him. Yeah, good stuff there from Astre. Gonna take second here, minimizing that damage. Um, that was a very strange race. That was a very strange race. That lag, I think that benefited STK quite a bit because we did say Astre just get trailed out of nowhere due to that. Troy also getting hit. Not sure what happened there, but could be because of that lag. Someone spiked there pretty hard. But yeah, 1-3-4 there for seeing some interesting stuff. Yeah, unfortunately an ad there for Astre. We'll go to SanchZ here. Airship Fortress. So this again is another of the new variant to this tour. The first time we've seen Airship Fortress RT. So um overall, I'm not the biggest fan just because this track is already such a strong runner, and then you add all the random ramps and stuff you have to drive through. It's just not as fun. I really do enjoy Airship Fortress. It's probably one of my favorite tracks in the game. Um, but this version doesn't do it for me, personally. But um, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Sancho's a strong line, but he will get drafted by a lot of people to lose first. What honestly, what either happens on that first, unfortunate trail there for actually 2 SDK members here. That's a strong start for PNX. Um, but what you'll see happen on that spiral is either you get bumped wide and take a terrible line, or you take a good line and then get drafted by everyone behind you. It's um really, whoever gets a draft on that first turn takes first and can hold it. So, ooh, we do see a PNX member get taken out, but that's SanchZ gonna be traded by that guy's trail. He will also get Megad there, but that's gonna give him a 6th place box. That will give him a star. What I've noticed is that there really haven't been many shocks this war, which, in situations like the one SDK is in right now, not the greatest, since they really need a shock to get into these top spots here. But yeah, like, see, 2 hearts right now, they would be using this, and they would be getting top 2 100%, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Um, Ooh, he could get a red off. No, not quite. Haru getting taken out, too. That is really unfortunate. Okay, Worst somehow gets third still. I'm not sure where Worst came from, but that's a 2-3-5. Again, that's a winning race for SDK. That changed the... Yeah, Haru getting hit there. I think he took a draft off of second place, and then he got punished for it. Really unfortunate there for him, but either way, Worst coming in clutch. I'm not sure what he did either, but that's gonna give, again, I believe that's a winning race for SDK. All right, so we are going into the final 2 races, and SDK are only up 6. This is, again, still anyone's game. I believe this was the same differential we had like 4 races ago. Really, it's still anyone's game. Yeah, I did get word that Astre stream went offline. I'm not sure if he restarted or if he just had to stop it, but we are going to stick with SanchZ now. And headed to Koopa Beach. Yes. So, again, this track has very little catch-up potential. Now, what I will say is that there are a lot a lot less trick ramps in general compared to like other RT variations of tracks. Especially the ending is basically entirely in the normal racing line, it's entirely just a normal road. There are no really trick ramps. So shocking in a section like that is probably your best bet, or like shrooming up or starting up with or getting up there with power items. This ending section right here, there are basically no trick ramps for the rest of the track. Alright, so what SanchZ did there was try to drop and get a lower place box. He did do that, but at the same time, his teammate actually took a first place box, which is not ideal. And I think he gets taken out right away there because of that, and that puts SDK into, or PNX into top 2. And that's a horn in first too for Troy. That's super strong. Okay, his red breaks on. He might just want to spam this red. He really just might want to spam this red. Okay, he does. He chains it, but oh no. Oh, never mind. Okay, wow. That is big brain from Spanch, but unfortunately, that's still not. That's gonna. Since he doesn't quite dodge, he's gonna. But no, okay, a lot of stuff happened there. So he doesn't chain he chains the red. If I were Sanch, I would have just spammed it. But he knew that his teammate had the shock. That for sure was an SDK shock there. So he waits to get Troy after the set. Risky because he could have got horned if Troy had spammed it. But he gets the red off. And then he takes the glider to avoid getting shocked on the ground. Getting shocked in the glider saves time over getting shocked on the ground. But that path he took loses so much time that he still doesn't benefit at all. So that'll be 7th for him, but that puts Worse than Haruru into top 2, and that's a winning race. There, like, really, really good effort there from SanchZ. He played it pretty well, knowing that his teammate had shock. But if I were Troy, and like, if PNX knew that SDK had shock, Troy would have just spammed that horn at the set, and that probably would have hit SanchZ. So, but yeah, going into last race, SDK up 9. And do we? Yeah, we still see both baggers. So still, PNX are going to rely on their runners to take this home. Still doable, but a +9 is, I believe, a top 2-4. So they really need to get this front presence, but really good start, actually. PNX in 2-3-4 already. Ooh, very close green from, I believe that's Kura in second place. Yeah, his trail's going to be lagged away. Yeah, if I were SanchZ, I would drop into second here. He does not want a first place box. But it doesn't matter. He gets redded for it. Top 2 here. They're in top 2, but I don't think top 2, 6, 7 is enough. Their third runner has to make big plays here. If SanchZ can get a snipe off here, that would just secure it. I don't know. He tries. He'll take off Troy's trail. Again, if I were like worst, I would just be griefing 6th place right now. Oh, but the shock. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. GG's to SDK. Wow, those shocks last 2 races are really coming in clutch for them. Wow, very, very, very nice from STK there. Shocking top 2 after set. That was really good stuff there. Yeah, PNX really had no way of countering that there. So final score 243 to 225. Congratulations to STK on that win. So that's gonna put STK. Actually, that's gonna put both teams on 1-1 for the week. And yeah, just really, really good stuff from both teams. That was really back and forth the whole war, and we hardly saw any shocks until those last 2, and both of them were for Adley. So what a nice turnout for him, bagging for SDK today. So yeah, that puts SDK at 6-2, and PNX at 5-3. I really wish I knew Cyan's other result. I know they played their other match already. I wish I knew the result of that. But if they won their first match, although it really doesn't matter if they won or not, PNX is still going to be first in their conference because of the head-to-head. Actually, though, I'm not even sure of that. I'm not sure how their first match went. But either way, gonna be super close still in Conference A. That would have been a really nice win for PNX. I think PNX winning this match would have secured first. 100%, at least for this week. But we do still have one more week of normal season play. And I can actually take a look here. So PNX plays Universe and RC next week. And STK plays Hooray and Alka. So again, I do think STK have this locked essentially for first place in their conference. It's still going to be a very close battle for Conference A, but overall, really, really nice stuff here this match. This was a really good match to cast, very back and forth, and just really good plays overall from everyone. Really nice greens especially. What I notice a lot from these matches specifically in D1 is green snipes are just insane from everyone. They throw them at the best times. They know like when to cut someone off with them on a turn. It's just really good stuff. So very nice match. I hope everyone enjoyed watching, because I certainly did, and I really enjoyed casting. And yeah, thanks to T for hosting again today. But yeah, that'll conclude the cast. Again, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stick around, because in a few hours, at 4 p.m. I believe, we'll be having MKU Primetime, seeing a D1 match, which is not something you see often on Primetime, but it will be, I believe, XI versus SX. So that's going to be a really good match. So if you are interested in 8 Deluxe, that is coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern today on this channel. So again, thanks everyone for watching. We will see you next week.